If you're trying to do DIY SEO for your small business, here are 3 things that you can do to get started. I know it can be a little daunting trying to take on running SEO yourself, especially with so many agencies using really complex jargon to try and upsell a package like meta titles, description, permalink, toxicity, backlinks, domain authority. Forget all that. Let's just start with something really simple, and that's going to start with an audit. Here's a client we have here that we are starting to do an audit for, and I will use a tool called SEMrush to start with a domain overview. It is a paid tool and you don't necessarily have to use it, but I believe they do allow some free domain overviews for first-time users, so you might be able to use this. You can kind of see from this, how has your traffic been doing over time? How has your keyword performance been over time? You can see that this has been trending down for most of last year. And then another really cool feature that this tool has is it lets you know what keywords you're ranking for. And if I click into this here, I can get a full report of every single keyword that this business is ranking for. And I can also see where they're showing up in position 2, in position 7, and then these icons here are showing that that this specific client is showing up in the map pack. And you can also see things like how much volume is this keyword, how many people are searching it every month. KD is going to give you the keyword difficulty score, basically saying how easy is this keyword to rank for. That helps a lot for a little later on in this video. But now that we have an idea of what keywords you're ranking for, I want to look at what happens if we type in those keywords, right? So if I pull up their website right here, what you're going to want to do as step 1 is type in site, and then your website, just like this, and hit go. What this does is it will only index, Google will only index every page that you have that is currently ranking on Google. It won't show pages that you are blocking indexing for, but then you can just get a really clean look of every single page that you have currently indexing in Google. So let's look at this real quick. When we're looking at what would a page title be, you're talking about this right here as it shows up on Google. When we're talking about description, this is what we're talking about. And when we're looking at permalink, you can see on this pricing page, while this is the home page, this is going to be /pricing, right? So let's look at one issue right here. What this specific business is doing is telling Google that this is /pricing, this is pricing, right? And affordable prices. So if this is a junk removal company in Minneapolis, Minnesota, why would you be serving it up on a silver platter to Google? Hey, Google, we would like to rank for someone who is going on Google and typing in pricing, right? There's no intent to that. It could be pricing for anything, new vehicle pricing, pricing on, I don't know, gas this week. It could be anything. Pricing has no intent, right? Same with quote and then using your own name. However, some of these pages on this website, like junk removal and recycling services in Minneapolis, that's pretty high intent, right? Along with, you've got the same keyword in here, but this is where the problem lies, right? It's junkgenius.com /services. So it was really close. If it had just been /junk removal services in Minneapolis, now you've kind of hit all 3. So a way to look at it is when you go through this is called a SERP audit, or a search engine result page. It's showing me the SERPs, the search engine result page, but only for my website. This is kind of a cool little trick. Go through this and look and say, am I trying to rank for the keyword about? If I'm not, why would this page be /about, or the title be about, right? So that's what we're trying to do. And if you're a local business, use geographic indicators in your keyword. It should always be, in this case, junk removal Minneapolis, right? It should be, here we can see junk removal in southern Minnesota. So, but with the permalink or the link itself being /southern-Minnesota, you're telling Google again, we'd like to rank for southern Minnesota. So the idea is you kind of create this master list of keywords, right? And like I said, if you're a local business, it should have a city in it. Then the easiest way to do it is one page equals one keyword. That one keyword should be in the link. It should be in the description right here, and it should be in the title. And if you're doing that, then you are telling Google in a nice slow pitch, this is exactly the search term we're trying to rank for. Step 2 is, how do I know what keywords I'm going for? And we will get to that right now. If you use a tool called Keyword Planner, and I'll sidebar show you this real quick, just go to Google, type in Keyword Planner, and just click on the first result and sign in. As long as you have a Gmail account, you can sign into Keyword Planner for free. It's a completely free tool, and what it does is give you the volumes on certain keywords or search terms. So if I look at junk removal Minneapolis, look at some of the data I get here. I can say, I know on average, 880 people are searching junk removal Minneapolis every month. If I were to hover over this, I can see on average, you can see when business is slow and when business is busier. So you can get a month by month look at that, and you can kind of see that that matches up. You can also see what's the change over the last 3 months. How has the change been in that search volume? Over the last year-over-year change, you can see this specific keyword plus 120%. We can also look at competition. This keyword specifically is medium competition, which means it has a pretty normal amount of other advertisers going after this keyword. We can also look at what are bidders paying for these keywords. I mean, at the low range, it looks like people are spending about $6.53. And if you want to beat out all the competition, some people are spending as much as $19.36. Now, this might not be relevant, or it might be to you if you want to incorporate Google Ads into your strategy. And I say that because SEO has kind of morphed now into search engine marketing, or SEM. We kind of have mashed it together, Google Ads and organic traffic, into something we call search engine marketing. But if you're going just for organic traffic, you can find out if I'm ranking for this keyword, that's the value of that keyword. Every click I get saves me this much money organically. So what you'll want to do is use this tool to go ahead and build yourself a master list. I might have, couch removal Minneapolis, 140 people search that a month. We can see in the last 3 months, it's up 336%, or 860% year over year. It's a low volume, or low competition and pricing. So use this tool to kind of build out a plan. You can just go add keywords to plan. And when you're done, you can bounce that out as a spreadsheet. And now you know your market size, you'll know roughly your competition level, and you'll be able to kind of work that into, I would like this keyword to go for this page, and this keyword can go for this page. So once you have that, that's step 2, would be create yourself a master keyword plan. Lastly, let's kind of put them together. We talked about search engine result pages. We looked at one website and how it ranks, and then we create a keyword plan. Let's take junk removal Minneapolis and let's start doing SERP audits on the specific keywords that are in our plan. And to do that, it's amazing how easy this is. Google it. Once you Google it, let's take junk removal Minneapolis. Now we can look at how does Google organize the search results for this specific search term. So I typed in junk removal Minneapolis, and as I scroll down, the very first thing I see is Google local services, or local service ads. So I might say, okay, this is sitting at the top of Google. I'm going to need to sign up for these ads. Below that, we can see there's Google search ads right here where it says sponsored. So I might say, okay, second in the search engine result page is going to be at least one Google search ad. What comes below that? We can see the map pack. This is going to be the Google Maps feature that's going to show 3 options in a locality. We can see that this client is doing really, really well on their Google My Business profile. How can we take it one step further? Well, you can actually advertise in Google search ads. You can go under assets and add a location extension, and it will advertise inside of this map pack as well. So that might be another option. When we go further down, we're going to get people also ask, how much does junk removal cost in Minneapolis? This is great because it could be a blog that you're writing. So maybe I'm going to take some of these questions that people are asking and generate blogs, and maybe I could compare what my business might charge or my pricing model versus some of my competition, and be able to show up in here. And then right after that, we've got some local search results. We could see how they're optimizing this page. And then below that, we've got some directories like Yelp. So what I like to do is take my master list and I will Google the specific keywords, and I'll analyze the search engine result pages and saying, how is Google organizing these results? Who's showing up in there? Where are they showing up? Where am I showing up? And what could I do to improve that? And as you start working through that, you'll be able to somewhat find some opportunities where it's like, I could be at the bottom of page one, and if I could see that maybe my description isn't specifically for the keyword, I'm gonna change my description. I'll change the title, page title, and the permalink to really go after this one keyword, where you might find some keywords that are just gonna be too hard to rank for because of competition levels. So recapping, step one, do site : your website in a Google search just like this, and do your own search engine result page audit. You'll find out how your pages are looking to users on Google. It's a lot easier than having to go find your own web pages and where they're indexing on Google. Step two is put together a keyword plan, find out the volume, get an idea of how competitive it is. And then step three, go back and Google that list of keywords, and find out what order is Google showing up. Some of Google's specific services like local service ads, like search ads, like the map pack, directories being something you might want to sign up for at the same directory. So just Google it and analyze the search engine result page of some of the keywords that are in your plan. And then that's when you can start to develop your strategy. And again, just look at it as one keyword per one page. If I want to do junk removal St. Paul, you could create something like a doorway page where on your website you could have a locations tab and it drops down cities, and you could have junk removal Minneapolis, junk removal St. Paul. Or if I've got a ton of extra keywords left over that I can't fit into my website because I don't have enough pages, that's where blogging come in. You could have best junk removal companies in Minneapolis and maybe list out all of yourself along with your competition, but put an advertisement for your business in your blog for a free quote, something like that. You've got traffic coming to your business that way. So sounds more complicated than what it really is, but start with the SERP audit, build your keyword plan, Google your keyword plan, and develop a plan going on from there. But at least you're kind of moving forward with your eyes open and understanding how you're sitting. And if you've got a few extra bucks to throw around, I would definitely suggest purchasing SEMrush here and using that to help you kind of keep track of where you're at with your SEO campaign. And other than that, best of luck. It's really just more, can you outwork your competition on that? And if that's something you're not interested in, you've got plenty of resources and not enough time, you can visit johnsonjonesgroup.com, set up a meeting with us. We would do something just like this for you, put together a marketing plan, and be able to kind of have a plan for you going forward. So again, that's johnsonjonesgroup.com. You can set up a meeting there. We'd be happy to just take over your SEO for you. But if you go at it DIY SEO for your small business, take it that way, and best of luck to you. Take care.